Hello friends! You know, recently the Australian government said no to gay marriage. No! Which is very disappointing, because I'm sure most of us would like to think that Australia is a little bit more progressive. And it's because of people who aren't progressive that this bill wasn't passed. Now, progression is defined as a movement or development towards a destination or a more advanced state. Which I think is really interesting because that definition also rings true for evolution. Development towards a more advanced state. So we can therefore assume that anyone who isn't progressive is less evolved. That they have just stopped whilst climbing the ladder of human evolution. And the less progressive they are, the further down the ladder they fall. Let me demonstrate. Here are some species that existed in our evolutionary chain, but are less evolved than humans. As you can see, humans are up the top, and as each species becomes less progressive, they get closer and closer towards the monkey. So from this, we can assume that anyone who's against gay people getting married is approximately as progressive as the Neanderthal. Those who think homosexuality should be made illegal are about here, and here we have all the morons who think homosexuality is a disease. But while we can separate those by their lack of progression, it'll become a lot easier if we give them all a single title or a nickname. And you'll notice that all these species have the same genus, Homo, Homo, Homo. That's what we should call them. Homos. Seriously, if you meet anyone who's against homosexuality, call them a homo. And yes, they may feel at first that being referred to as a homo is like derogatory or something, but it's really just an abbreviation. Homo erectus. It's such a mouthful. It's going to save so much more time if we just refer to all of them as homos. Plus, it'll give them a reason to band together. Create homo pride groups. They can try and start their own homo movement. There's probably not much point in them doing that because as the rest of society progresses, they're just going to start shunning all the homos. And rightfully so. They should be shunned. I don't know about you, but I don't want one of these homos in my house. I like to think of my home as a house of progress. Just between you and me, I don't think I'm comfortable with one of these homos teaching in schools. What if their lack of progression rubs off on my child? I don't want my son growing up to be a homo. I won't accept that. And you know what will happen next? You know what all these homos are going to start asking for? Soon, they're all going to start demanding the right to get married. Which is ridiculous. Why should we allow them the right to get married? They're not even human. You know a progressive person would hit the subscribe button.